Madden 15. Well, Madden 15 in Madden 25. Guys, shout out to Madden Discord as always for posting these mods. But this is a roster mod for Madden 15's roster in Madden 25. And I'll be honest with you, I feel like 2015 was a legendary year. I mean, you had Charles Woodson, who was 38 years old, still playing in the NFL, playing for the Oakland Raiders. Wait, 2015 was Oakland. You got Aaron Donald in the league, who at the time was only 1 year in the league. Man, I kind of miss Aaron Donald. Low key, he was just so... Man was based. We got Deshaun Jackson back when he was younger after he left Philadelphia and went to the Washington Redskins. That's a thing back in the day. Mark Ingram won the Saints. You got the Legion of Boom. Low-key at the end of the Legion, though. Like 2015, 2016 was the ending of the Legion of Boom. I'm pretty sure. I might be completely incorrect on that. I mean, 2012, 2013, Legion of Boom, and then it kind of fell off over time. Adrian Peterson when he was still 30 years old. That's kind of insane, bro. I was said Ashan Jeffrey, or the Bears, Matt Forte, Smoking Jay Cutler. Beautiful. Pac-Man Jones, the Red Rifle at quarterback. Man, some of these teams I kind of miss. Some of them, not as much. Some of them I do. The no-fly zone. We got Joe Hayden on the Brownies, who would eventually become a Steeler. Flash Gordon. Dougie Martin. Mike Evans. It's kind of also funny to see how old some of these guys are who are still, like, in the league. I mean, Calais Campbell at 29 years old. He's like 39 now, and he's still in the league. Still rocking and rolling, man. Still getting the job done. Jamal Charles, absolute goon. Only 93 speed is disrespectful, though. Barry Strong, Eric Berry, Alex Smith. Back when we could actually appreciate the Chiefs in some capacity, Pat McAfee on the Colts. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Des Bryant, throw up the X. Tony Romo. Who else we got? We got Jarvis Landry, Lamar Miller, and Sue, and Pouncey. This Dolphins squad was kind of legit if it wasn't for the fact that their quarterback was Ryan Tannehill, and they actually had like a really good quarterback. They could have been a really dangerous team. They could have been really dangerous. They were still like a decent team, though. DRC on the Giants. JPP. Wow. Eli Manning, who I think is going to eventually get into the Hall of Fame. I don't know. Tell me down below. Do you think, Revis Island, too, but do you think that he should be in the Hall of Fame, Eli Manning? 2 Super Bowl rings, but you never know. You never know. Some people think so. Some people think not so. So, 2015, I believe that was Broncos-Panthers Super Bowl, I want to say. And that was when Cam Newton won MVP. Obviously, does not turn out very well for him in the Super Bowl. But did win MVP, so let's see how this goes. Week 1 against the Jaguars. They win. Week 2. They win again. Injury starting off, though. We got Calvin Benjamin, the bust he is, who would eventually become tight end in the league. Ted Ginn Jr., the age-old veteran, injured. So, week 3, they win again. And another new injury. Thomas Davis gets injured. Ooh. Fun times. I think Thomas Davis, what was it? I think it was when Devontae Adams got hit in the head. He actually called out Thomas Davis, I believe, saying that he was a headhunter. And Thomas Davis like went on a rant on Twitter and apologized and stuff, and said he wasn't like targeting people's heads. That's back in the day where I feel like there was players in the league who were targeting people's heads to try to hurt players. Obviously, that's not as, as much of a thing anymore. You don't see too many players doing that. But back in the day, man, back in the old football, 2000, 2005, you got some guys out there, Brian Dawkins, who they were trying to hurt. They were trying to hurt somebody. Whenever they hit you, they were trying to hurt you. So, Jonathan Stewart gets hurt. Low key, though, the Panthers right now are 11-0. Just rocking and rolling in this season, to be honest. Okay, 13-0. 14-0. Okay, hold up. Okay, there's not 18 weeks. 16-0 record. I was just about to say, there's not 18 weeks in 2015. So they went 16-0, and the Broncos are also the number 1 seed in the AFC. That is insanely crazy. All right, so the Broncos are currently sitting at 13-3, and the Panthers are 16-0. Wow. Well, I guess we're about to find ourselves a legitimate Super Bowl rematch. How did they go 16-0? I have never had a 16-0 roster, like a 16-0 schedule sim like this. I've never had this in my life. So that's actually kind of insane. I've never had like gone through and then they 16-0 like this. So the 3 losses are to the Vikings, Packers, and Raiders. Okay. All right, well, that's unexpected, to say the least. Cam Newton, 33 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,600 yards. He also had 330 yards and 5 on the ground. So, Kachary is their leading receiver. I forgot how mid this receiving core was. A lot of the reason why they were successful was Cam Newton would run, so insane how mid their receiving core actually was. Man, I miss Luke Kuechly. Miss him in the league. Got a lot of these players I miss in the league. Wow, Luke Kuechly actually led the NFL that year in interceptions. Kind of crazy. Let's go ahead and go to Vontez Perfect. My man's Tamahali, Lordy, Justin Houston, and Donald. Okay, so let's see passing. Peyton Manning led in passing. Alex Smith cooked too, though. Alex Smith definitely did cook. There is no reason why we should be 16-0 here. Like, I don't feel like this team did anything that spectacularly crazy. It's not like there's Jeremy Maclin, interesting. The 6th ranked offense, what were we defensively? The 14th. We were the 6th offense, 14 defense. How did we go 16-0 and Cam Newton did win MVP? Which, what? Am I crazy? 3,600 yards. How was that MVP numbers? Bro, that's not MVP numbers. Is this broken? That's not MVP numbers. Okay. Well, we get the first round bye, and it's also week 18. I forgot. We had to skip past week 18. We do get the first round bye, though. All right, well, hold up. So now that the season's over with, Cam is still MVP. Okay. Yeah. Seahawks first round of the playoffs, 10-6 versus 16-0. Panthers lose. Oh, the Broncos are probably going back to the Super Bowl, but the Panthers lose, man. 118 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 69 yards on the ground. This is what I'm talking about. Like, that was not a 16-0 roster. I don't care what anyone says. They didn't have anything that was like crazy insane. We have Seahawks versus Steelers Super Bowl. Broncos got killed. Okay, so we have a rematch of 2007. This is an interesting video so far. Alright, who wins the Super Bowl? Is my question. Last time it was Steelers win, but the refs helped out a lot. This time the Seahawks win the Super Bowl over the Steelers. Okay. So that's how the cookie crumbles. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one. Peace out.